Well, today is Veterans Day, and we want to pay special tribute to the members of our armed forces. Sometimes overlooked are the sacrifices their families are making. That's why one Virginia artist created a unique exhibit to honor these hidden heroes. Mark Martin brings us a look at this larger-than-life photo display.
It looks like a supersized class photo spread out on the front of a massive Virginia Beach furniture store. In this case, the home room includes veterans, active duty personnel, and their families across the Hampton Roads area.
I've never produced a public work this large.
Artist Bobby Levin calls his project Expressions of Courage.
I saw this as a perfect vehicle to marry with things that I'm passionate about. A respect for the military, the veterans and the families, and my passion for public art. And that, I believe, it enriches our lives and makes it for just a better community.
Workers spent 9 to 10 hours installing the exhibit. Levin hopes those who view it reflect on the sacrifice of military families.
There is a shared level of emotion and feelings that every military family goes through, and this just hopefully will raise the level of awareness of that sacrifice that those people are really making, because it's real and it's significant and it needs to be acknowledged and recognized, and hopefully this is the type of tribute that does it.
Every time I look at it, I happen to see somebody else that I recognize.
Laura Baxter is the executive director of the Armed Services Ymca of Hampton Roads. She helped arrange time for Levin to take photos of members of the Y.
He had to make a funny face or, smile. It's not that staunch, I'm in the military, I have to be strong. It's the courage comes in many forms. And when you're talking about the courage that a military family has to entail, they have to have that courage on the front line, but then also the family has to too.
I feel like I'm famous now.
11-year-old Nevaeh Barnes and her mom Ashley James are featured among the 167 photos.
Courage makes you stronger, and it makes you step through your fears.
We may not leave, but we're at home supporting them every step of the way. So it's very, I'm just grateful for the recognition. We feel seen today, so that's really awesome.
Nevaeh's dad, Marquise James, hopes the exhibit sends an important message.
Just the fact that there's more to the military than the service members. It's a network of people working together to get a job done. For the simple fact of me deploying, she has to take care of the household. She has to take care of our daughter. For when I can't help support her, she has to support us. Altogether, the massive art project is 290 feet wide and 22 feet high. It's part of a global art endeavor known as the Inside Out Project.
A French street artist known as JR started that Inside Out project. Through photos on huge canvases, he wants participants worldwide to stand up for what they care about, to turn the world inside out.
I want to give back to my community. I was born and raised here. I was raised less than a mile from the main gate of the Naval Base in Norfolk. My father was part of the greatest generation and served as a lieutenant commander in the South Pacific during World War II.
Giving back to his community by acknowledging in a very public way the service of those on the front lines and here at home. Mark Martin, CBN News, Virginia Beach.
That is a wonderful story. If you know a military family, please honor their service. The families are serving too. If you have a spouse, if you have a parent, if you have a child in active duty military, well, then you're sacrificing too, particularly the children, the long deployments, the multiple deployments that we've seen in Afghanistan, Iraq. We need to lift them up. We need to come alongside them and recognize their courage and their